Yeah, every time I make one of these videos, there's Celine Dion or ABBA playing in the background. It's just the fruitiest music imaginable. It's just a weird coincidence, I swear to God. I want to thank Triple J for the comics. It was seriously a nice thing to do. They sent me hundreds of dollars worth of comics plus $40 in shipping, which is effing brutal. I don't know how to thank you. It was awesome. Got me a lot of comics I would never have been able to read otherwise. So, click the links to send me a beanie, socks, protein bars for the homeless, or art for the channel. Somebody said give $1 from the Teespring sales, but I will beat that. 100% of the profits will go to my Beanies for the Homeless Fund until Christmas 2020. So, mail me a beanie or buy a shirt. It's up to you. I figured it was safer for people to just mail a beanie because you can't trust people with money. But it's not like I'm going to go sell beanies on the beanie black market. Where's my Cyberfrog beanie, Ethan? How cool would that be? Cyberfrog beanies for the homeless. I guarantee the SJWs would lose their minds. How dare you use the homeless as walking billboards? How dare you keep them warm? Only Nazis try to help the homeless. The Nazis had beanies. Cyberfrog ones. Actually, advertising on the homeless is not such a bad idea. They're pretty much walking billboards. Anyway, send me a beanie or a pair of warm socks, and let's stop someone from freezing to death next winter. I have a note to myself, stop making racist Japanese jokes. This is actually the third time I made this video because I just couldn't stop myself. I'm not going to do it this time. Anyway, so I went to see this Bless This Mess comic, and I gotta admit, I was surprised to find that it was actually funny. I didn't recognize that the skinny guy in the comic was supposed to be Mike, because Mike has a double chin, and he's about 20 pounds overweight. But it is a surprisingly sweet comic. It's like Calvin and Hobbes, Family Circus, and kind of Dilbert. But Family Circus is pretty stupid. Bless This Mess is good. It's a shame newspapers are almost gone, because this would be perfect. Actually, newspaper comics are pretty much alt-left propaganda. If you read Doonesbury, it's Orange Man bad, and half of the rest of them are in general blonde people bad. It's weird. It's like they have an agenda or plan, some sort of master plan to F the white devil. But anyway, half Asians are funny. It's current year. Get over it. Except Margaret Chow. She isn't funny. She's an obese, woke lesbian. Actually, she sort of looks like Mike Miller. But I think she is a person of kimchi, where Mike is a Pearl Harbor American. And yes, Mike is Comicsgate. This is a Comicsgate project. Comicsgate is just SJW-free comics. Mike's comic is less SJW than a lot of other dudes making Comicsgate stuff. Besides, he's an artist, and no offense, but artists are really dumb. Part of the issue is when artists start to think that they aren't dumb. Let the writers do the thinking. You guys just stick with making pretty pictures. If you make SJW-free comics, then you are Comicsgate. There are so few of us that it is best to stick together. You know, now that I think about it, EVS said in a live stream that he would promote anyone who was Comicsgate who was decent. Well, Mike is more than decent. Both Mike and EVS are excellent artists. Who is better is up to you. Looking at Cyberfrog and Lone Star, it is a tough call in terms of art. They both outdid themselves when drawing women's faces. Both Lone Star and Cyberfrog had some examples of the best art in the world. Let's take a look at Bless This Mess first and then compare this EVS to Mike. Oh, this is Downcast by Sweetcast, and this is a great book. It's it doesn't have a comic-y, cartoony feel. It has more steampunk sci-fi. It has a more mature feel to it. It's definitely like, yeah, I guess it could be for kids, but it's one of those things that has a lot of adult vibe to it. It's like kind of Doug TenNaples' Bigfoot Bill, where it's like at first ostensibly it looks like it's a kid's book, but it has that kind of adult humor in it. It's like some movies that they used to make in the 80s and the early 90s when they were able to make kids movies that were legitimately entertaining. It seems like now it seems like everyone is just dumb. Everyone is, I was going to say the R word. It's like everyone has been dumbed down so far. Anyway, if I could do a video with Tim Lim, I would have him do Mike's part in his Japanese accent. The dude does an Asian impersonation that is amazing. But isn't Tim Asian? He's sort of Asian, but he sounds like an insurance salesman from the Midwest who hires out as a hitman on weekends. I envision Tim behind a 30-06, thinning out the population. Anyway, this is, I went to his comics. I was so happy to see that he's actually very, very funny. Okay, by Ms. Miller. No, Micah, no. How do you say no in Japan? Micah, no. I won't say it. Why come you never let me do anything fun? Because I'm your daddy, and it's my job to keep you from killing yourself. It was funny. I was laughing the first time I read this. Let's see. Did he put... Oh, you know what is weird? He must have put... Weird. He must have been updating this and putting more strips up. Hi, Elijah. Hi, Dad. What can I help you with today? It's the doctor. I've been having pain in my legs. Probably just growing pains. What else? I couldn't breathe at school. My lungs hurt. What were you doing before that? Sprinting. Okay, that's normal. Tell me, are there any health issues that run in the family? He says, hypochondriasis. That's cute. I read a bunch of these, and they're all funny. I'm really surprised that Mike has this kind of sense of humor in him. And the first time I made a mistake. I was talking about how I didn't think religious people, like super hardcore religious people, had a real sense of humor. But and I just dug myself a hole, didn't I? But it turns out I was wrong about that. They can be very, very funny. Hey, Isaac. Hi, Jared. Oh, my gosh. Did you see that kid? That's my brother, Micah. Does he have ADD? What's ADD? Attention deficit disorder. No, he gets a lot of attention. This is cute. I went through a bunch of them. They're all funny, guys. They're all really funny. I'll put the Kickstarter in the link. Or actually, I'll probably forget. But it's Kickstarter. It's Bless This Mess. If you read through it, I think you'll like it. And if you've got... I was gonna say if you got kids, but it's kind of, you don't need to have kids to find it enjoyable. It's funny. It's legitimately funny. So he started this project. It was something in Sweden or something, somewhere in Europe. And he tried to make it in America, but it didn't work out. Daddy, Micah spilled water on my Xbox. Micah, you know that the worst thing you can do is lie to me, right? Yes. Did you spill water on the Xbox? I think he's pleading the fifth. This skinny little dude is supposed to be Mike Miller. Come on, bro. Come on. What? Did you draw this when you were 16 years old? I don't think Mike was ever that skinny. Come on. Long hair? Where's the double chin? Where's the beer belly? Or probably the wine belly. It's, my God, if he was drinking beer, he'd probably be twice the size. I guess he put more strips up, because I think when I first checked it out, there's only a few strips up. It was published in Scandinavia. I've compiled the 200 strips into a 111-page graphic novel. Wow, good for you. Oh, this is cute too. Daddy, I ate my ice cream too fast. I don't feel good. Do you feel evil? Huh? Blah. The power of Christ compels you. Stop that. See, I didn't know he was so lighthearted with that. I don't know what I thought. I don't know what I thought. But I was pleasantly surprised to find that he's really funny. You check it out. Nobody wants to hear these things. Hear somebody read a comic to them. But it is legitimately funny. Even Doug TenNapel, Dirty Doug, who actually, as it turns out, is probably going to survive the apocalypse. Because you know his theory of he doesn't wash. He believes in the Darwinism germ theory, let the germs kind of fight out among themselves. And actually, there's some scientific rationale to that about if you raise kids in a filthy environment when they're younger, if they survive to adulthood, they'll be better able to withstand diseases when they get older because they'll have partial immunities built up to it. Anyway, so you get Doug TenNapel on the couch with this kid, and this kid's whooping his ass at the video game. And she says, "It's okay, Dad, you can't help it if you stink." Actually, I used to make video games. Were they any good? I didn't know Doug could be funny either. I was very, very surprised that he has a sense of humor. He's just so smugless. Just so, oh God, just so smug. He's just a smugless guy, but he's funny. Anyway, so this is I think $20 for 111 pages. Oh, and you know what? I want to have a video about the next video. Note to self. Is going to be about bang for the buck in comicsgate. I'm at 9 minutes. I'm already it's going to be about bang for the buck in comicsgate because somebody sent me like a dozen comicsgate books, and I went through them and I read them, and they were almost all good except for one, which was it wasn't great, but it was also only like $8 or something. So that's kind of fine. But the rest of them, the $25 books, the $15 to $25 books, they were good. They were better than anything I've read in the past year at Marvel and DC. I'm not saying that to kiss their asses. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Note to self, get a wide-angle attachment for my freaking cell phone. This is ridiculous. This lens is not made for this. Somebody sent me that's hardcover, the Bigfoot Bill and the Making of Bigfoot Bill, which is supposed to be an ash can, but it's also hardcover. There's these two hardcovers, and then they sent me the pinups and the cards and the posters and all that kind of crap. And I've got news for the people who are entering the art contest for the next video. Good news for people who are entering the art contest. We're finally going to pick winners, and I think there's few enough artists that everyone will get a prize. And guess what you guys will be getting for the art contest, because I think there's only like a half dozen people who sent in art, and everything that people sent in has been excellent so far. So I think we can give prizes to everybody. Anyway, my point is about the I'm getting off topic here, but I'm not the fan of big Doug TenNapel. No, I mean, I don't not like the guy. It's just, he takes some getting used to, because he's kind of super hardcore, kind of intolerant. And if you're like, whatever. We should get out of these fucking things. This is really a funny book. And at first blush, I thought, I wasn't familiar with it. I thought, it's a kid's book or something. I didn't like the art style. I didn't like that kind of like watercolor look. I read through it. I freaking loved it. I loved it. It is funny as hell. It's warm-hearted. A kid can read it, an adult read it. I read all the comicsgate books. It's one of the best. And in terms of value for the money, it is a big fat book, hardcover, oversized. It's just gorgeous. The content is amazing. And I don't know what it cost, but I think it was comparable to all the others. I mean, the pack the guy sent me, he bought like the whole full top of the line stuff. But I think you could just get the hardcover book. It's amazing. It's a really good deal. But I did want to talk about, in terms of bang for the buck, I will talk about those. I'll make a different video, because did I want to compare Cyberfrog and Lone Star, the art styles? I think I need a better setup for that. Anyway, I'm going to put the Kickstarter link below to check out, what is it? Bless This Mess, Mike Miller on Kickstarter. It's really funny. And if you want to send me art, Bianca Zombie 602 gmail.com, or hit me up on my P.O. box. You can send me art. You can send me a pair of socks, or a beanie, or a protein bar, and I will pass them out to the homeless next winter. All right, guys, I will see you all next episode.